Alrighty, guys, we're live. It's episode 1 of Quality Time with Spiro. First off, guys, thank you so much for all the love that I received over the last couple days because of the teaser I put out. I'm nervous for this. I don't know why. It's silly to be nervous over this. It's just me talking, and I don't know, but I'm very excited. It's just something, the podcast world is something I've never thought I would be into. I never really attempted to try to do a podcast. Even when I've been on other people's podcasts, I've been very minimal. And it's not because I'm I'm so selective with what podcasts I go on. It just never seemed like something that I would be interested in or wanting to do for a long period of time, if that makes sense. But I'm here and I'm glad to be here. I'm glad that I'm doing this. I'm glad that you guys are on board. Weeks are going to be like this where I'm going to come and I'm just going to kind of shoot the shit with you guys, let you know what's going on in my life. And then other weeks I'm going to have some awesome guests. I have a ton of great ones lined up already that spanned all aspects of my life. Not just stand-up comics. I am going to have a ton of stand-up comics on the show because obviously that's the world I live deeply in at the moment, but I have some really good ones from other aspects of my life, and I'm super excited to just get this going. It's been a long time. I felt creatively stuck for a little bit. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I enjoy doing stand-up, but I felt like there was another outlet that I needed to express, and I have good feelings that this is the one. So with that being said, guys, if you haven't followed or subscribed yet, please do that. Obviously, everything helps, and we're going to build this together from the ground up. And second, if you guys are looking to come catch me do a stand-up show, I have shows every single Tuesday at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club with the amazing, the hilarious Vicky Barbalock from America's Got Talent. And I'm telling you guys, even if you don't come to see me, come to see her because she is fucking phenomenal. She is so good. It's not even fair how good she is. I just sometimes sit back and I'm I had a great set, and then I watch her go out and I'm like, oh, fuck. This is insane. She's so good. She destroys. She's a sweetheart. She's so kind. So, guys, please do yourself a favor. Get to just get to blah, 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 blah. This happens a lot. I get tongue tied because I talk faster than my brain can compute sometimes. But to the heart of what I was saying, just go to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. Any Tuesday, 7:30, I'll be there. She'll always have some special guests that she brings along, and then she just fucking crushes. So do yourself a favor. It's fun. There's a game show during the intermission where you can get some prizes. Everyone's drinking. Everyone's having a fucking blast. I'm telling you, do yourself a favor. So that's every Tuesday, Jimmy Kimmel's 7:30. This week, I'm going to be at my home away from home, Colorado Springs, Colorado, at Looney's Comedy Corner. I love it. I love going there. Besides the fact that the audiences are always great, all the comics there are really amazing and kind, and we just get along. It's a great little refresher for me. Whenever I'm feeling stuck creatively, I feel like I always end up going to Colorado Springs, and it uncorks that stuckness. Because in Vegas, when you're doing shows, a lot of times, you're performing for tourists. People are on vacation. They have expectations. So you have to kind of do well. You can't experiment as much as you would like. I'm trying to talk about a little bit more personal stuff that I went through that a lot of you guys have known with me and Sarah. And sometimes in Vegas, it's just not the easiest crowd to kind of get on board for some dark emotional stuff to work out. So I love going to Colorado Springs because it's a place where I really feel comfortable working stuff out. I have a great time there. I have a lot of good friends there. The audiences, like I said, are just so fucking wonderful. So I'll be there Thursday for my buddy Brian's roast battle, the You Look Like battle. Really fun, wild, roasting, stand up. Me and Brian, we tag team as a host, and we riff, and we work new bits, and we talk shit. It's really funny. Brian Sullivan, by the way, guys, drop him a follow. Anyone that I bring up on this podcast, by the way, even if they're not on the physical podcast, please drop them a follow. I'm not going to bring up anybody who I don't think is fucking incredible and worth following. So if you guys want to see all these wonderful artists and wonderful people and what they do and support them, please, 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 please drop all these wonderful folks a follow. So Thursday I'll be at the You Look Like battle with my buddy Brian at Looney's Comedy Corner. Friday I will also be at Looney's Comedy Corner, and then I come back to Vegas Saturday and I'll be at LA Comedy Club for the weekend. So come check out a show. You know, it's fun. Every week I'm going to have new dates. So if you guys can't make it this week, just follow me on Instagram or just check what my dates are, or go to my website, www.spiroandthatshow.com, and I will have them listed out there. With that being said, guys, like, this is going to be a kind of just like a catch-up thing. Like, I put on my, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for this first podcast. I tried to get a guest on, but the timing just didn't work out because it was kind of just like a sporadic, like, I'm launching, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, I'm going to do it. So I posted on my Instagram to ask me some questions, and you guys asked me some questions. So I think I'm going to go through and answer all of those bad boys. The first question I got is, how am I feeling? Which I'm assuming means from my little medical scare from a couple months ago. So for those of you guys that don't know, back in December, I was getting minor hernia surgery done, and some shit went awry, to say the least. A week later, I ended up back in the hospital. Long story short, apparently I was close to dying. I was not doing well. I was in the emergency room, throwing my brains out. I was coughing up blood, throwing up blood. I was in excruciating pain. And then they ended up having to shove a tube down my nose and into my stomach and drain it for 7 days. I couldn't eat or drink for 7 days with a tube in my nose, just draining out whatever the fuck was in my stomach from me being backed up. It was miserable. And the worst part about it for me was, so you can't eat or drink anything, right? You can't have water. I was like, please, I won't give somebody $1,000. I just want a bottle of water. And all the nurses were like, you're so dramatic. I'm like, I just want water. I'm just so dehydrated. I just need water. They're like, you're not dehydrated. We got an IV in you. I'm like, please give me some water. I'm so thirsty. I got a tube in my fucking face. But I'm sitting there, I can't eat or drink, and this was at the height of the Whopper commercial, the Burger King commercial. You know, the fucking song that would come on every commercial every 2 minutes, and it would just be Whopper, 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 chicken tenders in a Whopper, French fries eating, blah, blah. It was miserable. It was awful. I don't know if I died in the emergency room and I was really in hell, because I'm pretty sure, to me, that's what hell would be like, is sitting in a fucking hospital bed with a goddamn tube up your nose, can't eat or drink, and I'm just getting berated by a Burger King commercial. And I don't even like Burger King. I don't even want Burger King. But by the end of it, I was just like, give me some fucking Burger King. Like, they subliminally planted it in my mind. And then, Burger King was one of the first things I ate. Actually, holy fuck. Burger King, you guys know what you're marketing. You guys know what you're doing, because your marketing is fucking phenomenal. I'm blown away. I just realized how good their marketing was. Like, after I got out of the hospital, a day later, I went to Burger King and got some fucking French fries. They need to be stopped. They didn't be fucking stopped. Wow. Blown away. That's crazy. It's crazy. I went right to Burger King. It fucking worked. The commercial worked. Oh my God. But it was tough, man. It was a tough go. But I'm glad it happened, because when you get kind of in this weird brush with death, you learn to appreciate things a little bit more. And, you know, obviously you guys kind of know, for the most part, what happened with me and Sarah. It's been a tough 2 years since she passed, but it was a tough 4 years when she got diagnosed. So it's, you know, and some of you guys have voiced this to me already, but I'm just starting to learn, like, how messed up that whole experience made me. Like 2 years after she passed, I'm still comprehending everything and realizing and going back and seeing what happened, and just realizing how fucking fast everything changed and how intense it got. Like, we took it, like, me and her, we kind of just took it in stride. We're like, oh yeah, you're going to beat this. just more doctor's appointments. We're going to carry on like normal. You're just going to more doctor's appointments. And that was not the fucking case at all. And like I said, 2 years later, I'm just scratching the surface on how much it really kind of screwed me up and put me in a weird hole. And I'm thankful for what happened. You know, obviously I'm not thankful it happened. No one wants to be in a hospital with a tube shoved down the nose, going to a second surgery, possibly dying. Nobody wants that. But once I was released, I had such more of an appreciation for everything and everyone in my life. I didn't perform for almost a month. So like I was itching to get back and perform, and I got gigs right away, and I was so excited. You know, so many people came to visit me and reached out to me because they were worried. So it really put a pretty cool perspective in my mind about just life in general. So, and it got rid of probably my worst habit that I have, which is drinking Diet Coke. I mean, when I did TikTok over the pandemic, everyone really fell in love with the character that I made for Sarah, where I would do videos where it would be a couple kind of going back and forth on silly things. And it was a lot of personal experience with Sarah. And I would have like a little crew. We would go live on TikToks at night, and we would have a great little crew where we would talk about things in life, and we would go through our problems, and we would debate food, and we would watch TV and like talk about show. It was a cool little group that we had that would pop on my TikTok lives, and they would always give me shit for drinking too much Diet Coke. So there you go, guys. Diet Coke no more. I've officially been 4 months sober. Is that 3 months sober? 4 months sober of Diet Coke? Makes me sound like more intense than I am. Be like, I'm 4 years sober. I got my chip and everything. And they're like, oh yeah, I was a pretty bad alcoholic too. I'm like, nah, Diet Coke. Yeah, Diet Coke, the nectar of God's left breast. Diet Coke. Stupid. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't drink it for a week and a half because I couldn't drink anything. And then I tried to have one about a week or so after I got out of the hospital, and I got really sick. And that's it. No more Diet Coke for me. So we're humming along. But to answer your question, I'm feeling much better. I'm feeling more myself. I didn't realize how much pain I was in for as long as I was in. Like when you have chronic, intense pain, you kind of just like the emotional pain that I was going through with Sarah, like you kind of just bottle it in and just carry on because, you know, life continues. But eventually it comes out, and then you get it fixed, and you're like, oh, fuck, I was in a lot of pain for a long time. So I physically feel great. I'm moving much better, and I'm Diet Coke free. So appreciate the question. I'm doing great. So thank you for your concern. Next question comes from, I'm not going to out anybody on these questions, but this question comes directly from comedian Jeff Keith, who is a phenomenal headliner, one of my favorite comics to watch, favorite comics to be around. When he comes to Vegas, he's just such a nice guy, super cool, and he fucking, again, destroys. He asked me who my favorite comic is, who has the initials G and K. So I guess I would have to say Jeff Keith. So everybody, if you guys want another great comic to follow, Jeff Keith is the guy. He also has a great a couple books that he sells. He has one, I believe it's called, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff, Guys Have No Game, where it's literally a book of guys DMing a fake profile they set up, and it's fucking hilarious. So Jeff Keith, I'm sure you can find it on his website. I'm sure you can find it on Amazon. I'll tag him in the comments, so that way if you guys are curious about where to locate that, but highly recommend. Super fucking funny. Next question is, what am I listening to? I think my music taste kind of matches my personality, where I'm just fucking all over the place. I'm chaotic. I can go anywhere from 50s doo-wop to heavy metal. And if people in the car or that have come over and I've had music playing, they realize it can change very quickly. Could change on the dime. But yeah, I'll listen to 50s doo-wop, Hall & Oates, 80s soft rock, ballads. I'm a big crier and emotional person. So I love me some emotional like ballads, you know, like like those commercials that we would listen to, power ballads, like that shit. I fuck with that shit. 90s R&B. Sarah and I were big 90s R&B nerds. It's kind of one of the first things that we fell in love with each other about is we just loved that corny 90s R&B love shit. Like that was our jam. We loved Usher, Boys to Men, 112, All for One, you know, like all the boy bands from the 90s. That was what we were raised on, like NSYNC, LFO. Oh my God, man. Girl that wears Abercrombie and Fitch. Can't go wrong. And then I do listen to some rap. I've been listening to King Von recently, some Lil Durk, some Meek Mill, a little bit heavier. I'll listen to Falling in Reverse. Like they have been really, really strong the past couple of songs. They haven't been releasing like an album, but Ronnie's been releasing like music videos with just like individual songs, and they're fucking phenomenal. And you get rap, you get emo, you get pop punk, you get fucking metal, so everything in like one song. So for my scattered brain, it really fucking works for me. So that's the music I listen to. Next question I got was, what is my birth chart? This seems to be kind of the trend of the world. Birth charts, astrological signs. So I got a Snapchat birth chart here because it's a quick little simple one. I don't have to pay for it. So dynamite on that. I don't know much about it. I know I'm a Leo. And if you guys didn't know, it should come as no surprise because everyone's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I'll read you off my chart. I don't know what a lot of it means, but I know when people hear it, they go, oh, that explains a lot. You're very interesting. I'm like, yeah, we'll see. So my sun is in Leo. My moon is in Pisces, which that's kind of the one that throws everybody off because as I continue to read these, you guys are going to see I have a lot of Leo and fire signs in my chart. And then my emotional state apparently is in Pisces. So it makes a lot of sense that I'm fucking all over the place. And then when I'm home alone, I do like me a good cry. So my moon is in Pisces. My rising is in Sagittarius. My Mercury is in Leo. My Venus is in Leo. My Mars is in Leo. My Jupiter is in Aries. My Saturn is in Sagittarius. My Uranus is in Sagittarius. And my Neptune is in Capricorn, and my Pluto is in Scorpio. So again, 90% of that, I don't know what the fuck it means. I just know I'm a ton of fire signs with a little emotional water sign mixed in there. But let me know what you guys feel about it. Let me know your thoughts. If you guys want to really break it down for me, just drop some comments if you are into that type of world, because obviously I'd love to know more. I just read the little descriptions that these things give me. So yeah, that is my birth chart. So thank you for the question. Next question is, what am I watching? Kind of in the same vein of the music. But watching, I think a lot of people ask, like, what are the shows you're watching? Like, they want to know if you're watching, like, The Walking Dead or like, what's the other one that everyone really liked? Game of Thrones. I know they're not new seasons or anything, but people, whatever the new show is that everyone's watching, I'm not watching. Okay, Poker Face. I've been watching Poker Face, which is really fucking phenomenally good. But what I like about that is it's kind of like individual episodes. Like it follows a storyline a little bit, but you can just tune into each episode and follow along. And I think it's fucking phenomenal. That whole, Glass Onion, Knives Out, like world that they're building is really fucking interesting. And I really enjoy it. And I'm really into the quirky, mystery comedy, genre that they've kind of, are really running with. I've been watching the new season of South Park. I think they're doing a phenomenal job. Some seasons aren't my jammy jam, but this season I'm super into the satire that they're building around Kanye and the Royals, and just super funny. I like King of Queens. Never get old of King of Queens. I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy specials. Chris Rock's I watched yesterday. Wasn't the biggest fan of it. I mean, Chris Rock is a legend. Obviously, he's someone that you aspire to be in the stand-up world, as far as talent and the way he handles the craft. But it wasn't the worst special, but it wasn't my favorite. Like, I enjoyed most of it. There were some dull parts in there for me as well, but I mean, he's a legend. So, I mean, definitely check it out because, just my opinion. My opinion's not gold. It's not solid. It's not forever. But it was like a 6 out of 10 in my book, maybe a 7 out of 10. I saw Nate Bargatze's new special. I really enjoyed it. Mark Maron's I watched. I'm not a big Mark Maron fan, but he discusses his experience with losing his girlfriend during COVID. So it really hit home for me, especially because I'm trying to write this more personal material. I'm trying to develop the experiences that I went through with Sarah and make it entertaining and light and fun. And even though it's dark shit that everyone went through, I want it to be something like of a release because other people are going through the things I went through, and I want them to feel that it's okay to laugh. It's okay to feel these type of things during such dark moments. So watching his special really, really blew me away on how he handled such delicate topics and made them funny. So Mark Maron's new special, highly recommend. And then I am a big reality show junkie. I love watching shitty reality shows. I just got done with The Challenge. I have 90 Day Fiance I got to catch up on. I got Love After Lockup I got to catch up on. I've been diving back in, or not diving back in, but I've been watching a lot of the old Kardashians. I just love shitty reality TV. It's just so mind-numbing. It's so goofy. You just wonder, like, what are these people doing? Is this real? Like, how fake is reality TV and how real is reality TV? I love the dynamic of it, and nothing better than just turning your mind off and watching some shitty reality TV. So that is what I'm watching. And then last but not least, the final question, and it's a two-parter, is who are my celebrity crushes? And then there was a follow-up. I have to fuck one, I have to marry one, and I have to kill one. Classic game. And this is going to be hard because my celebrity crushes, I'm a fan of, I'm a big fan of my celebrity crushes. So, celebrity crushes in no particular order. Ariana Grande, thank you. Come by me next. Julianne Hough from Dancing with the Stars. She's also been in a couple movies. She was in the remake of Footloose a couple years back. I just think she's fucking gorgeous. And then my lady Marissa Tomei. I love me some Marissa Tomei. My cousin Vinny. She's Aunt May and the new Spider-Man series. She was in what else was she in? Oh, she was in The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke. Oh my God, she's just insanely gorgeous. There's just something. She's just simply beautiful. I don't know what it is. And I do like older women. So I guess it's just something. I don't know. There's something about her I am super into. And if you disagree, I don't fucking care because these are my celebrity crushes. And now here comes the question. I have to fuck one. I have to marry one. And I have to kill one. So I think I would fuck Marissa Tomei. Yeah, I'll fuck Marissa Tomei because, I mean, if she comes in with that My Cousin Vinny attitude where she's like a little like East Coast aggressive and she's just, okay, Marissa Tomei, you can get this anytime if you come with that fucking attitude. So I would fuck Marissa Tomei. I would marry Julianne Hough. Because she seems she just seems very sweet and fun. And I mean, her family is super fucking talented. So if I'm going to marry into something, I might as well marry into an extremely talented family. I mean, Derek Hough, my fucking God, bro. Like, chill out with the talent. So that's going to be it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Quality Time with Spiro. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.